Article 32 of the Indian Constitution provides the right to move to the Supreme Court for the enforcement of fundamental rights. This means if any fundamental right is violated, a person can directly approach the Supreme Court for its remedy. Under Article 32, the Supreme Court has the power to issue writs for the enforcement of these rights. It is to be noted that under Article 226, even the High Court has the power for the enforcement of fundamental rights and other legal rights. Before moving forward, let us understand what a writ is. Well, a writ is a formal written order issued by the court directing a person, authority, or a lower court to perform or refrain from performing a specific act. Generally, the Supreme Court issues 5 types of writs under Article 32. The writs are Habeas Corpus, Mandamus, Prohibition, Certiorari, and Quo Warranto. Now let us understand each of them in a simple and exam-friendly manner. Habeas Corpus. Well, in literal terms, Habeas Corpus means produce the body. Suppose a person is arrested without proper reason or kept in custody unlawfully. The court will order, bring the person before me. If the detention is illegal, the court will release the person. This writ thus protects the personal liberty. The second writ is Mandamus. In literal terms, Mandamus means do your duty. This writ is issued when a public official or an authority is not performing their legal duty. For example, if a government officer refuses to issue a certificate even though the law requires it, the court can order you must perform your duty. It must be noted that it cannot be issued against private individuals. It is only against the public authorities. The next writ is Prohibition, which in literal terms means stop right there. This writ is issued by a higher court to a lower court. If a lower court is hearing a case that it has no authority to hear, the higher court says, stop the proceedings immediately. It prevents misuse of power before the final decision is given. The next writ is Certiorari. It means cancel the wrong order. This is also issued by a higher court to a lower court. But here the lower court has already passed a wrongful order. The higher court says this order is invalid and it is cancelled. So remember, prohibition stops something before it has happened and certiorari cancels after the thing has happened. Now the last writ is Quo Warranto. In simple terms, it means by what authority. This writ is issued when someone is holding a public office without proper qualification or legal authority. The court can ask on what basis are you holding this post. If the appointment is illegal, the person can be removed. Now let's recap all the 5 writs in one line revision. Habeas corpus means release the person. Mandamus means perform your duty. Prohibition means stop the proceeding. Certiorari means cancel the order. And Quo Warranto means question the authority. In the end, now let's contrast Article 32 and Article 226. Well, Article 32 applies only for the enforcement of fundamental rights. In comparison, Article 226 empowers high courts to issue writs not only for fundamental rights but also for other legal rights. Therefore, Article 226 has wider scope. However, Article 32 is itself a fundamental right, whereas Article 226 is not a fundamental right. If you want more such simple explanations, kindly check other videos on the channel. Until then, keep studying and keep revising.